Well done, everybody. This is great. Drum solo!
Like we can't top it. We're going home.
Word, you're singing a little ditty bop today?
Yes. We brought her.
Okay.
I don't know if you
It's about the friends we made along the way. I didn't say that you had to be my friend. I said along the way. No, this has to be like this is
yeah, we just did right way really out there.
I'm ready. You know when they got a purple acting on they
I was messing around and I came up with a style and but if we're gonna do that, I need to know by a 4-piece one section. It needs to be more. Yeah. Very sad. Alex, I thought you were going to cook me dinner.
I thought you guys were going to go to
There should be a pad on the DFS.
We can do this weekend. We'll do it without drums.
I forgot. As soon as I remember.
if I didn't write a book?
It's like kind of.
Nobody does. That's what's funny. Nobody. Oh my gosh, me too. I know we've never played this before. I was literally so honored that I was hosting this. Yeah, it's really fun. We're playing that rhapsody music. Yeah, it's gonna be a lot of fun. It's really
Alright, y'all, we're going to kick off class. Discontinue that soundtrack until later on. Kyla, I think I took it on. Am I supposed to be green? Am I blue or green? Is this especially ideal? Oh, yeah! Hey, y'all. Hi. How's everybody doing? Yep, we're doing, right? Got a thumbs up, okay. A few just academic-y housekeeping type announcements. If you have not, for whatever reason, either hold, financial, or otherwise registered, please start to get that figured out. If you are having a tough time figuring that out, I am very happy to help you get connected with the right people, logged into the right places, all of that. I'm watching classes close out right now, so that's why I'm kind of getting you guys a little bit of fire in your butts to get registered if for some reason there's a hold or whatever. If there's a class that you should be able to get into and you can't and Laura keeps acting jerky, just send me the code. Here's a little reminder. I don't know what a class is if you just send me the 5-digit code without the class title. Those codes change every semester and there's no way that I would ever remember those 5 digits every semester. So give me full information of here's the course code, here's the class title, here's the 5-digit registration. Give me all the context possible and I can solve it quickly as opposed to typing an angry email and spraining my index finger with that anger. Okay, let's talk about grades. Let's actually think about our imaginary calendars in our heads. We've got next week, which is Turkey Day. We come back and we have November 29th as a Monday. We go through that full week of school. The next week is December 6th, a Monday. And on the 8th, we have what? Potatoes! Okay, so that's that week, and that's literally the last week of school. Then we have finals week. So, it's somebody's last week of school ever. Yeah. So let's talk about that fingers crossed thing. Start looking at your grades. If there are classes in which your professor has not put in grades or isn't tracking for some reason, start having that conversation now. As advisors, we're being told that withdrawing from a class, first of all, the last day to withdraw is Friday. But that should really only be a last-minute emergency. I have no possible way of getting a C or better in this class move. If you don't know your grade, email your teacher. If your teacher isn't responding to you, let us know, okay? So we're not encouraging W's. They are instituting a new pass policy. If you remember, for students who've been here through the pandemic, remember the opportunity to opt in for a pass-fail grade instead of a letter grade. They are now doing that on a regular basis. Well, it's with limits. So if a student is, of course, if a student is receiving a C minus, D plus, or D minus in a class, they can opt for pass-fail after final grades for that class have been put in. However, starting this semester, you can only do that 4 times in your entire Loyola career.
They play.
So,
Do what?
the thing I just spent 5 minutes discussing. No. So, you can only do that a sparing amount of time. That's not like, oh, I'll just screw around my classes, and if I start to get a C minus, I can just pass fail this later. This is only 2 classes total per semester, and 4 in your entire Loyola career. Okay? I see some nods of understanding, except for Sam Mascalchi.
Yeah.
Keep in mind, y'all, that some courses are, like, for your major, you have to get a C or above to pass it. So if you're getting a D, that might not mean pass, you know? So depending on the course, or if it's in a sequence, right, or if it's a prerequisite for something else you're taking later, just ask the right questions before you say, like, oh, pass fail.
Yes.
Because it might be fail.
Talk to your advisor. It might be fail. It's my band name. It might be fail. Again, last day to withdraw is Friday of this week. And J-term, I've had a lot of students ask about that. J-term is a really nice thing this particular year because it's free. It is a way for you to catch up on or get ahead of or make up some grades from a bunch of different common curriculums. There are social sciences if you need that. There's a philosophy 2. There's a religion 1. There are a couple of creative arts and cultures. That's an O letter. If you see that, y'all don't need it. Take it, bless you if you want to, but like you don't need to take those because you are creative arts and cultures. Talk to your advisor if you're like, I'm thinking about doing this J-term thing. The first day to, I see it, register is Saturday morning, the 20th. Was that the question?
Yeah.
I got you. So nobody can register for those just yet, but that opens up on Saturday. If you are interested in that, I know there are a lot of students who are interested, so I would get on it Saturday morning. Yes, sir.
When is J-term?
It starts the 3rd, which is a Monday, January 3rd. So it's a 2-week intensive. It is a class that otherwise would happen over 16 weeks, and you're going all day. And you're cramming in that information in 2 weeks, which you otherwise would do for a full semester. Okay? If you have questions about that, I'm happy to answer those afterwards.
Is it in person or is it online?
They're all online.
All online.
Yes. Okay, a couple of performance updates. This Friday, my ensembles have their concert right here, 7:30. The 20th, which is this Saturday evening, we have the SSSS, the Singer-Songwriter Saturday Series. I'm so proud of myself. Neutral Ground, and that kicks off at 7. Another S. We already discussed Tibetina's Uptown Throwdown on December 8th. That's a Wednesday night. No Masterclass so that we can get over there and do our thing that day. And then on the 13th, if you're in town feeling a little Christmassy, needing some jazz music, come to Carnival because some of your professors, including myself, will have a Christmas gig for Meryl Zimmerman just released her Christmas album today. And myself, and Professor Wise, and Professor Moreau, and a bunch of other humans who are amazing musicians are on that album. And we'll be doing a little Christmassy, Yuletide, festive greetings kind of concert at Carnival. Yes, sir?
Where was that again?
Carnival. That's the old Siberia on St. Cloud. Okay? Enough with my voice. Let's hear somebody else's voice, shall we?
Yeah.
Welcome, our first musician. There's some word.
You're the man.
This is a cover. I'm doing 2 covers today. By Loyola. Called "When Will You Call." Girl, I hope you did not forget. I can't sleep and I can't eat, and I want till I hear your voice. When will you call? 3 days ago, pulled over to an empty bed, and I went to the bathroom and your toothbrush wasn't there. Where's your clothes and where's your shoes? Girl, what would I do without you? I can't sleep and I can't eat, and I want till I hear your voice when you call. No, notice, no, that you just packed your shit and left. Girl, I deserve better, treating you like no one else. How could you? You know I loved you and I thought this love was true. Now we're through. What I'm gonna do? Gotta start a new life without you. Now we're through. Oh, what I'm gonna do? Gotta start a new life without you. When will you call? Good,
Yeah, you good.
yeah.
Person.
Yeah, baby.
Alright.
Wow, when he's a multi-instrumentalist.
Bear with me. I'm nervous that I haven't been. This is a Prince song. It's called How Come You Don't Call Me Anymore?
Yes.
Shaky shake. I keep your picture beside my bed. And I still remember everything you said. I always thought our love was so right, because I was wrong. I always thought you'd be by my side, mama. Now you're gone. Oh, now, baby, thought we had was good. How come you don't call me anymore? Oh, anymore. Still at the fire, oh, yeah. The still
an A. Give me the number.
Fine, what do you want to say? Okay, you sound great. I love you doing that Prince song. I think it's such a cool song. This is like so random, but I remember when you played at Masterclass like probably like 2 or 3 years ago, and you were saying that you guys were working on like using like your lower register more. And yeah, it sounds great. And I think that that song is such a great way to show off like all the things that you can do. There were a couple times like when you were singing lower notes where I wish you were kind of closer to the microphone. But it's also hard with these masks, you know. Other than that, there was like a few times where like I think your diction could have been a little bit easier to understand. But you sound great.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Shit.
You just like, especially in the Prince song, like showed so much control, and that was just like really cool to see.
First, I'm not about to play with you. You ate. Like you ate. It was the skill, the intention, the falsetto. So, like, it just like you really, really gave. My only note, I guess, would be to just like, cause you ate. But like, I feel like when you were doing the transition and you said like you were nervous, I would just say, don't be nervous because you ate. And so also, can we get together after this and teach me a couple of those rhymes? Thank you.
I was just gonna say, like, I love how, even though like you had to like turn up the volume on the keyboard and like move the mic stand, like you never lost your like focus. And that was just like really cool that you kept it going, because I know sometimes like if I had to do that, I would have been tempted to be like, let's just like start over or something. But no, you like that was awesome. You did great.
I think that first song, you had some really impressive guitar voices. Some of those chords are tough to hit and they're fast and really good. And then also kind of what I was saying, the pronunciation of like the words, sometimes it was hard to hear what they were or like what you were saying. But like I know that has to do a lot with the mask and like.
Well, yeah. I just kind of like tried to pick harder piano and guitar songs to try to push myself. But
I could tell.
Also, I'm nervous as shit, so.
Yeah. Like I don't think you should be nervous because it sounded great. And like those chords were impressive. Very impressive.
Shit.
I was just gonna say, I mean, I've seen you perform for so many years now, and I will always love your energy and how like kind of aloof you are on stage. Like I just like the way that you like, I don't know, the way when you were singing "How Come You Don't Call Me," and then you kind of get goofy and you're like, oh God, you don't call me. And I just think it's funny. You know, it's fun to like watch you, and it's really fun to see you like grow and get more comfortable with yourself on stage. And it's a really great time watching you. And those falsetto notes are like insane. If I were to say something, because your falsetto is so good, maybe like you could hold off like a little bit longer before you bring it in, just to make it like an even huger thing. But honestly, don't even do that because I just love it. You know what I mean? You just did a great job. It's great to see you.
Well, thank you guys.
Teacher, oh no. Teacher?
I have a microphone.
I was gonna say, so great job. I like what Maya's saying about just like being your authentic self on stage and bringing that, whatever nerves or whatever that is, you know, bringing that. I think though that you can observe your movement as you're performing. Sometimes it feels like there's so much physical movement that it's distracting a little bit from, you know, the story that you're trying to tell or the keyboard part. Like, I noticed you're really tapping the beat, but you're tapping it with your right foot, which was on the sustain pedal. So it got in the way of like the cleanness of the piano line, you know what I mean? So in your practice, you could like, all right, if I have this on my foot, great. I love that about the performance.
I learned it that way because that's how the recording is, but it's like a grand piano, so it like sounds good. And
it comes up. Well,
like coming through the piano.
On the sustain pedal, do you think, or you hear the foot tapping?
I'm pretty sure it's on the sustain.
It's just on the pedal. Interesting.
But either way.
Yeah, so keeping time was cool, but it did feel like, yeah, it could have been cleaner. And then when you're on the mic with your guitar, there's a lot of like backing up from the mic, coming back into the mic, backing up from the mic, you know what I mean? And that can focus in, right? Focus your energy into the line that you're singing. Do you feel like you're getting supported air when you're singing?
No, that's like the last thing I'm thinking about.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
you know, obviously you're not gonna think about that when you're performing, but in your practice, you know, especially as a multi-instrumentalist, it like goes out the window, right? So practicing whatever instrument you're playing while you're singing, practicing breath and really incorporating that will just make you feel the nerves will kind of melt away if you practice that because it will ground you, you know?
Yeah. Also just doing it more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Totally. But I love that you brought both of those to the table, like guitar and keys. That was really cool to see. Your range. Awesome.
Yeah, I think finding grounding, and it's okay to be nervous. Like, even the pros are nervous, right? Finding grounding in movement through breath, connecting yourself. I like Maya's comment about aloofness, but there's such a razor thin edge between I don't give a shit about this gig and ease of musical delivery, right? So when I see too much of that lean, I stop caring. Like, okay, well, he doesn't care. Why did I pay the ticket price, right? So I think, you know, a trophy version of this is like Harry Styles. It's like, I don't need you, girl. I don't need you screaming right now. And like, we all respond like, yeah, but you do, Harry. Right? It's like, we engage because that leans into this, like, I'm here, but I don't need it. As opposed to, I never feel like he doesn't want to perform, right? And I want to feel like you want to perform just as much as I want to hear you perform. So getting that grounding just a little more centered, that will also translate for you into, I'm going to agree with Maya's first half of her statement about your falsetto. It kills, save it. Like, don't, like, the dog doesn't get the treats all the time. Like, save some of those good biscuits for later in the song, when the fans half know it's coming and they're waiting, and then dole it out. That's again that centeredness of like, I'm not giving you everything, but you can tell that there's more. And that like, oh my God, he just did this falsetto thing? But right off the bat, it's like, okay, so he's got this falsetto thing, what are the other tricks? Right? Like make it novel and connect it to the body, and that's that breathing. Once you breathe a little bit deeper, breathing into like pelvic bone area of like, then it's not about you having oxygen for your body. It's about you having a mattress of support that will just like ground you to the stage and just get you more centered. So I think all those things are a Venn diagram of being related to one another. Of course you're gonna be nervous, but let's like make that potential nervous energy into kinetic groundedness, and don't give away all your tricks right away. Save some of that, because it's great. Like it's, when it's on the top end, it's awesome. When it's on the bottom end, it's awesome. But it needs to stay connected and not just flitter out with that falsetto of like, here it is, there it is, it just went everywhere. Be really strategic with it, and you'll have people eating out of the palm of your hand. Does your voice teacher have anything to say?
Yes, he does.
The voice of God.
I know everything about that.
I'm not going to say things that you've already heard, because others have said it. First of all, congratulations. One of the things that I was thinking, which may be helpful to many of us, I'm not a multi-instrumentalist / singer. I do sing, and I play in the studio. And then I sing in public. So I don't know what it's like to juggle all of that at one time. But I'm thinking, to get a better idea of what we see as an audience, when you're practicing sometime and you're gonna run it, video. You know, video so you can see, and it may be different, it may change when you get in front of people. You may not have the same kind of tics and other little things that happens when we get in front of an audience, you know. But sometimes it helps, at least I have found in my own work, it helps to video, to watch it, to analyze. Oh, is this what the audience is seeing? As just a singer, I can stand in front of a mirror and I can watch that, and I can watch all my little quirks. As an instrumentalist / singer, the biggest thing that I have found with my people that do that, including yourself, is the default goes to whatever instrument is the busiest. So, meaning your hands are moving, so that's where the default goes. Your attention goes there, and then the singing gets less, kind of takes a back seat for trying to concentrate. So we all have to work it out longer. We have to you have to do the work. You have to share. You've got to do it until you're just sick of it. And when you're sick of it, then do it some more. So then when you get on stage, when the nerves come in, that instinct, that new habit that you've created takes over. It will take over immediately or eventually during the performance, and then you'll find yourself going back to that same zone that you were in when you were practicing and drilling. So, but aside from that, and the what do you call it? The falsetto. That falsetto is on point. It's really on point. Well, the fact that you remember we were working on low notes, working on his lower register.
Yeah, I know, isn't that weird?
Yeah, the fact that you remember that, goodness. But yeah, and part of that has been work, and part of that is that he's older now.
Mm-hmm.
So the lower is filling in, and so he's starting to play around down there now a little more, and flipping up into the falsetto, and it's just getting cleaner and cleaner. So congratulations on that. Yeah.
Hey y'all, as we're waiting for setup, we would like to feature our wonderful fresh people, meaning first years, freshmen, fresh women, fresh humans. But Rocky's not getting everybody's videos back and responses back in a timely fashion. So first years, if you receive, can you raise your hand? If you receive an email, a DM, a text, a skywriting from Rocky Leonard, Raquel Leonard, and Mia, are you also sending them? Mia Huber, our wonderful Mia Day. Please respond, because we would like to feature our first year students, and it's hard. I don't have to start hunting people down and creating weirdness around that. So please respond to those email requests. Thank you. We're ready.
Check, check.
Yeah, Mike.
Hey y'all.
Augustine!
My name is Augustine. In case you didn't know, this is my first time ever playing for Masterclass. So I'm very excited for that. As you can see, I'm at all. I have Pablo on the keyboards, Tyler with the electric guitar, Hunter with the bass, and Mike on the drums. So we'll play a cover of an instrumental song called Kyoto by Tom Fuchida. And yeah, we hope you like it.
Alright, ready?
That's it?
Yeah.
Y'all killed it. That was awesome. It's so cool. It's so cool to like watch this group of musicians that y'all played in a couple bands now too. And it's cool to see y'all like really gelling as a group, and it's awesome. I love the way y'all interact on stage. I saw Skylar and Hunter both kind of jamming with each other. I love the way Pablo threw that keyboard. That's so cool. I really felt like I watched like a performance, a really solid. Like I paid money to be here for kind of performance. Really cool.
And we'll be here next week if you want to see us.
Yeah, you guys sound great. Your guitar playing is fantastic. The whole band is really great. Like Gabe was saying, like your communication and your energy on stage is really great. You guys had all those hits together, the pauses, the entrances. It was a dynamic journey that I really enjoyed. And if there any singers need a band, y'all better hop on this. Great job, guys.
Yeah.
It was really cool to just like see like you all have fun with each other. And like, I don't know, when it comes down to it, music is all about having fun. And it was just really cool to see you guys do that. It was awesome.
It was fake fun.
Yeah, it was definitely fun.
Yep.
I loved it. You all sound really good together. How long have you been playing together?
Couple, we don't
As a band?
since last week.
Yeah.
One rehearsal with every, right?
Yeah, one rehearsal with Mike. The rest was us four.
It was always us four.
Yeah, no, it sounds super tight for only playing for that long.
Yeah, thank you.
And I think some of that has to do with your communication as like a band leader. I think you do a really good job even with that ending. And y'all like knew not to step over one another, which also added to like the ambiance of the performance. Like Hunter was laying down a great bass line, drums weren't getting in the way. You as a rhythm guitar player was perfect. Like really hitting great rhythms that like at one point you two were like super in sync on like the like right before the ba-dum bum bum ba-dum, when you hit the like it was like almost like perfectly in sync, which has to do with like y'all's like practicing ability, but also like hearing one another while performing, which as like people that try to lead bands, like you want to make sure that you're like listening to one another, and it sounds like you guys are doing that, so keep up with it. It sounds really good.
Yeah, but
I really loved the like expressiveness of your playing and your soloing. I really feel like you hit the perfect kind of note between just speed and tone and like the way the melody came through. It was really cool. And I also kind of liked how in the section where you all had solos, how each like they weren't all the same. I mean, obviously because like different people, but it was that was all very cool.
Thank you. Liv?
I just love your guys' stage presence together. I think that you guys each have like a really unique way of showing who you are on stage. Like in each of the solos, you guys also like your outfits, I will say, like I feel like all are very you, and I love it. I love it. It's so good. Yeah.
Sorry, just one last thing that I was thinking about saying, but I totally lost track of it. When it comes to the solo section, I think we're building up energy, but as soon as we start to build up energy, and this happens with me as a drummer a lot, I tend to, when I get really into it, I tend to slowly start to speed up. And if that's what you're going for, which like, that's why I was asking how long you guys have been practicing, because it honestly sounded like you guys have been playing together for a while, so keep playing together is one thing, but definitely like next time you run through some stuff, try to, and I'm saying this for myself too, but like try to, you know, be wary of going to an extent where it sounds like a completely like new tempo, unless that's the effect that you're going for, which it did. I didn't really sound that bad, but yeah.
Yeah, we've got like the two sections, like we have the arpeggiated section, and then we got the. Yeah, maybe that. So I don't know if that's the part you're talking about.
No, like right as it went into solo section, I think y'all were just vibing so hard, and then like it anticipated, and I think that's kind of where it got to a point where it was just, it gradually was increasing.
Yeah.
But that happens a lot, you know?
Yeah, thank you.
That could be a vibe, you know,
Right.
if it's really intentional, like, there's a lot of Stevie Wonder recordings where he goes on and jams out, right, for like 5 minutes straight, and then you get to some melody at the end that you heard before, and it's like, wow, we're really kicked it up. So, but if that's something you intentionally want to do, it could be cool. I mean, I agree. I feel like you guys played really well together. The group was tight. Augustine, I would love to hear you lay that melody back. Like, lay it back, relax it back. It's pushing forward, it's edging forward so much that sometimes it feels like you want to play it faster. You know what I mean? Do you want to play faster?
No, I think
You want to play dance?
Yeah, you want to play dance. No, it's like a very subtle wave, so yeah.
Yeah, so, you know, because they've got you completely. Like, they're grooving so hard together, you can just, like, relax.
Right.
Back with it. And one other thing I'll say is, when you're leading, it's tricky to do rubato, like free sections with, like when you're using your hands to play, you can't like, but you are using the neck of your guitar. So I want you to really consider like the intro, when you're leading everybody, you're giving them the breath before the sound, right? Sometimes it feels like you're trying to give them just the sound, or, you know, it's like, it has to have a rhythm that goes with the sound that you're about to play. It's kind of a hard thing to just explain, but when you try it, experiment with the actual, like try picking it up earlier and giving a bigger gesture, so that everybody can like really hit those spot on. I think it'll go a long way. I love this song, it's really cool. So much contrast and really, yes, like Zach was saying, the sonic clarity, nobody was in each other's way with the arrangement, which is really, really nice to hear. Yeah, great job.
Thank you. Yeah.
You said, you got it. Yeah, you got it. Nice job.
The hi-hats?
Yeah.
No. I didn't know they were yours.
No, they're the school.
Bands.
Oh, yeah, you can take those. If you're allowed.
Wait, do those have to play here?
Sexy guitar.
release music under the name Ethanol Merman. Check me out on Napster. These are just a couple original tunes. Real quick with that, here's Austin, Sam, and Dylan. Yeah, hope you guys enjoy. Napster.
Drowning in uncertainty, put on a smile and gritting teeth, doing dumb shit then saying sorry. I know I'm insecure, but you're just mean. Overdosing on anxiety, all my shortcomings on repeat. As you wait impatiently, I'll finish the job by any means. I can't take this any longer. Please give me something stronger. I can't take this anymore. Please just put me under. Can't take this any longer. Please give me something stronger. I can't take this anymore. Please just put me under.
Thank you guys.
All right. This next song is from my last EP I put out, so some of you guys might know it. It's called Disappear. One second.
Can't speak out, can't think 'cause my thoughts are too crowded. Can't run, can't hide, can't squander a little time I got left. Can't escape the sorrow I create, daydreaming about a crash under the overpass. Can't exist in a world where someone like me is breathing the same air. Can't fuck, can't get it up, can't remember to keep it together. Can't rest, can't take a break, can't stop because stopping is weakness. Can't exhale these pills I need to take, not even if it'll keep my nose clean. Can't exist with all these crazy dreams, a final resting place for my memories. If I could just disappear into the great unknown, out of mind and out of mind and out of breath and out of time. If I could just disappear into the great unknown, out of sight and out of mind, out of breath and out of time. Sick. Thank you guys. Lila. It's been a minute.
Songs. I like how you guys like take it up and down. I also love when your voice gets like really loud. It's just like super awesome. Like the end of Disappear sounds so good.
Thank you.
And yeah, my only comment on that song was like when it like goes back down to just you. Like Dylan could probably drop out a little sharper there. Yeah, Dylan should get an MVP award for Masterclass performances. So,
Not for that sweatshirt, though.
Thanks,
yeah, that's awkward. On Wolfpack Wednesday? Anyway, you guys sound great. Your guitar sounds amazing.
Thank you.
Read the
It's all about gear, really.
Really?
It's just not an official. That's what they all say.
It's not the players, it's the gear.
It's all about gear. Jimi Hendrix said that, actually.
Okay, I'm
Thank you.
Your lyrics are crazy.
What?
Your lyrics are crazy.
I did write the
I'm
second
not
song.
sure everyone caught what I know. I just know.
Yeah, yeah.
Can I talk a little bit about arrangement of the first tune specifically?
Sure.
This is coming from me projecting what I'm working on as a musician. I'm trying to be as percussive as I can be with hands on piano, with vocals.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm thinking, how can everybody be a drum kit, okay? There is a point in the first song when Sam drops out, but Dylan's still playing.
Mm-hmm.
Dylan, I think if you can find a way to behave more like the snare with the line that you're actually playing and just be really like, I don't wanna say super staccato with what you're strumming, but take on Sam's role because it was like a vacuum in a way that I was like, oh, I miss that like really sharp cutting feeling from somebody. So thinking about that, and that's like, the bass and drums always have to link up no matter what, but thinking about when Sam's not there in an arrangement, what can I, 1, 2, and 3, do to continue that like driving forward motion with the instruments that I have in my hand. And Sam, it was nice to see you having fun.
Yeah.
You look like you're having a good time.
It's so rare.
I love to drum.
I heard that about you. But no, like, it made me, when I saw you just like rocking out, and you were concentrated, it wasn't like screwing around time. It made me want to listen more when I see people enjoying, whatever enjoyment looks like concentrated Sam. I was like, he is in this. I'm in this too, right? So whatever your enjoyment looks like, it doesn't have to look like bubblegum happy-go-lucky. But whatever that looks like for you, lean into that, and your audience's energy will be reciprocated.
Yeah, I love how you guys like found your aesthetic and the vibe. It's like, I love it. It's really cool. The distortion and the slightly out of tune, you know, like it's very intentional. And it's just really cool to see how you curated that. Your voice, like this, I love the quality and the sound of your voice, and it all fits together. This is kind of like a superficial comment in a way, but I love it when you hear someone that doesn't look the same as they sound. You know what I mean? Like when I heard your voice singing, I was like, oh, it took me a minute. Like, oh yeah, that's what he sounds like. But you know what I mean? Like, I love that though. I love that thwarting of expectations. I had a ball.
Yeah, it's fun.
I can hear you guys.
Thank you.
I know when you play.
Play a show.
Yeah.
One of these days.
Can you only show like Ethel Merman clips while Ethanol Merman is playing?
Oh yeah. I really, really at some point wanted to make an album called Ethanol Does Ethel and just do like punk versions of the Freddy's show tunes.
I would buy that. Awesome. Nice work, y'all. Yeah.